You're listening to Zaria's Cafe Corner. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy holidays. I'm Zaria, your host for tonight's podcast. This is episode number 3, where we talk about the sound of the party, aka your DJs, your music, your hype for the nights. Welcome in, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. This is actually going to be my last stream of the year. But that doesn't mean that there isn't more to come in the next year. But we're going to be doing a lot more tonight. And I hope that you guys just take your time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you have any questions, concerns, there are actually channel point redeems in your redeem box. You can always ask our DJs and our guests basically what you think about, the topic that we have going on today. And also Gally Drago, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day, great night, morning, wherever you are. My name is Zaria. Welcome in. I hope you are doing well. welcome in. Hi JVZ. Hi Damos. Hi Zoo. Welcome in. And Dark Wolf, thank you so much for redeeming first. You made it on the top spot and getting in on stream on time. I hope you guys are doing well. We're just around the corner from the holidays, and I decided, it's a good time to sit down and sneak a little bit. Actually, not only sneak a bit, but maybe tug a few people and ask them a few questions here and there, and to find a little bit more out. As a new venue owner, it is a privilege to be able to work with those in our community, in the Final Fantasy 14 community, and also to be able to come up and find people who really exemplify the sound of music in their own way when they voice themselves that way. So without further ado, I am going to introduce our cast for tonight. Actually, you know what? I'll let them introduce themselves. Testing.
Hello. How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Try not to cough up a lung, but I think Damus has been hearing that for the past 5 minutes, so I'm so sorry.
You're fine. But as I mentioned to chat, there is going to be some questions, and if anyone has questions or concerns, there is a channel point redeem again if you need to ask our guests as well. But I'm going to let them take it away and introduce themselves. Who would like to start first?
Damus, go right ahead, sir.
Cool. My name is Damos, or DJ Damos. I have been in the Final Fantasy 14 venue scene for going on 4 years, and I've been DJing for 3.5. The venue scene is actually what inspired me to give it a shot. I run my own venue called Club Glow. We open on Thursdays over on Dynamis. I guess for intro, I think that's a solid go.
Actually, that's
welcome, Damos. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And our second guest for tonight.
Well, I guess that would be me, wouldn't it? For those that don't know me in the venue scene, I go by JVZ. That is literally how it's spelled alphabetically, JVZ. I am a open format DJ on Twitch and IRL as well. My involvement in the scene has been a little over 3 years. Also, for as long as I've been DJing, it's close to 3 years now. Not really a venue owner, but definitely friends with a lot of fellow DJs who own venues, Damos included. But it is a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you. Welcome in. And Chunkster, thank you so much for redeeming second. Welcome in, guys. I see Nico. I see Yora. I'm seeing some people pop on in. Welcome in, guys. I hope you guys are tuning in. And if you are out and about, please be safe. I don't know how the weather is like where you are, but it's icy over in my part of the area. So please be safe if you are driving. Don't text and drive. But that's why we're also podcasting, because you can listen in on whatever we have to say, because you don't have to look at whatever gameplay or whatever You don't have to see someone pulling out a spicy jelly bean. But
Thanks for calling me out.
I had to say something.
Really, it's like that. Well, the beans are not on this stream and not on
No,
this podcast.
no. Honestly, I did think about putting a game in for both of you guys, but I'm not sure how everyone really works better with and with regards to like, they would rather do this rather than that. So next time around we will try to do some games if you guys are up to it. But but for tonight, we will dive into a little bit of a Q&A, a little bit here. As you guys mentioned, you guys have been DJing for quite some time. And, well, the bigger question is, like, what got you... I know Damus mentioned that the venue scene got you into DJing. Like, what was that moment that you really wanted to DJ? Like, either both of you, like, what made you want to really say, I'm gonna DJ for Final Fantasy 14?
Do you want me to go first, or?
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, so I've always done a lot of music in my life. By my senior year in high school, I was in the chamber choir, the a cappella choir, the marching band, the percussion ensemble, which then also performed with the other bands. So, and then I was also doing drum set for my church.
Oh wow.
Busy.
Busy.
Yeah. And then I continued to do a cappella and started beatboxing in college. And after I got out of college, that just kind of drifted off.
It sounds like most people out of college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, once I got exposed to the venue scene, DJing wasn't really, yeah, I beatboxed for a good little while. I mean, I wasn't like amazingly good, but I was pretty, I was decent.
Yes,
yeah, I was passable enough. So DJing wasn't really a thing on my radar. I was still like a fan of a lot of like electronic art, artists, or electronic music artists. There we go. So when I actually saw it, happening in front of me, I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it was actually a Yams set that I was kind of like, you know what? I'm actually going to give this a go. And I decided to put down the, $200 to buy my first controller. And it's beatbox redeem in my stream. Yeah.
We're gonna get him redeemed after this, okay?
Yeah. So
let's go.
It's just been kind of growing since there. I played my first IRL gig last January at MagFest.
Yes, that was a good one.
Yeah, it's the only one I've played. So I'm still interested. It's been difficult to actually like find time and all that with life, trying to keep up the Final Fantasy stuff and all that.
Yeah, makes sense.
What about you, JVC?
Well, I can say more of this. My beginnings for starting DJing in the venue scene in Final Fantasy, it was more of being a patron to a lot of the venues and like knowing a lot of us that have played the game, you play the game, and then you kind of get that lull where you're playing and you kind of see the little shouts all over world and you're like, what's this all about? A lot of that was just like out of curiosity. I'm like, what's the venue scene about? What are they doing? Especially, wondering, well, why is everyone doing this in the game? Why aren't they playing content? So it was me and Nico. We decided to go out to a venue, and it was one of the long-standing venues, and a lot of friends of ours that we have gained through the years going through that venue. Photon, Photon was that venue, and a particular DJ. A lot of people know DJ I Love You. Frequently spun there, and it was more like we were listening and listening, and it was a lot of music that I would grow up on. R&B, hip hop was like the main thing that kind of drew me into it. Um, and I ended up reaching out. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm curious. I'm like, I might want to do this DJ thing. I don't know where to start. How do I go about it? What should I do? What should I look forward to? Literally, I told me, I'm like, hey, if you're really curious about this, ask me the questions that you want, and you know what, mess around with some programs. Messed around with some programs, which is a program I use still today. VDJ, Virtual DJ, is my my DJ platform that I use. And I bought my first controller. I stared at my first controller. I panicked. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm like, what does what? Like, please help me. I don't know what does this button do? What am I doing here?
Like, to be fair, I don't think anyone knows what they're doing when they forget their first controller.
It didn't
Agreed.
help that it didn't help. Like, okay, so crash course on, okay, this button does this is that mess around with this, and et cetera, et cetera. Here's the Camelot key. Ask questions if you need it. About a week after that, hey, you know what? Like, uh, another venue asked me, they're like, hey, would you want to spin for us before? I've never spun on a real controller in my life. I knew the basics of how to loop four bars and transition. That's all I knew with this. On my very first
Oh man.
venue outing. Oh, oh. I mean, I was shaking my boots. I was straight. I was freaking out. You could tell that I was so nervous. But you know what? Fast forward 3 years now, and I'm spinning with everyone else. I'm spinning with some very popular DJs on Twitch, whether they're in the community or just on Twitch alone. But I feel truly honored to be around those around me. That's kind of where I ended up and how I'm still here.
Well, speaking of still being here, which segues into my next question. So you guys have been saying that you guys have been doing this for a long time. What
Yes.
really kept you guys going? Because I know, like, with the venue scene, it has really changed a lot, especially with, the player base was really high with COVID, and then now we're coming back to, like, people are going out in life, and it's just changed over the years. But like, what has kept you DJing, like doing what you do every single time that someone asks you, hey, can you spin a set for us?
So I'll take the lead on this one. So the one thing that I've held true since I've started DJing, period, is that I'm doing this for the enjoyment of the music, because that is the core thing that makes this work. Is that you're enjoying the music that you are spinning, whether it be in EDM, whether it be hip hop, pop, funk, whatever it is. You're doing this to honor the music, and then because you enjoy the music, you love the music. That's what we do this for. Being
Mm-hmm.
as well as technically live entertainers while in game, whether your voice is going over the mic, you have a cam, you're in game, you're interacting. Like, we're also doing this as entertainers. We are here for your entertainment. So, but we may segue off into more details onto that. So I'll let Demos take it from here.
uh, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the same things that JVZ was saying. I had a lot of music in my life, and then I didn't, and then DJing was a way for me to keep on doing some of that. Um, it's a little bit different, but it's still stuff I enjoy. I mean, I wouldn't if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. Is something I've said before. It's the same thing for like why I opened my venue. If opening my venue wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. If DJing wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. It can be tough to get caught up in the numbers of like, oh well, we didn't have a whole lot of people come out tonight, or oh, there wasn't a whole lot of people viewing. But like, that's not really the end goal.
I think it's not the focus between me and Damos. Is that I think overall what gets lost, especially being on Twitch, is those numbers, the number count, and we fight this every single time, whether we're spitting for a crowd of two or to a group of 50. It doesn't matter. Like, it's hard not to get caught up in that, but just try to stay true to what we love doing is what we want to put forth is good vibes.
Honestly, like the venue scene and also even DJing is really close and dear to my heart. For some of chat that might have been here for a while, from my chat specifically, sorry. There was a transition period where I was kind of like not really streaming quite a bit last year, and then I found the venue scene. For a lot of you guys now know that Eisen is a frequent visitor on this and frequent cameo on the stream. I don't know if he's in chat right now or if he's off doing something right now, but I met him at a venue, and every single time we go to a venue, it's really about that music that really just keeps us there, and really like that's why like the venue scene has been such a hard, like it really near and dear to our heart. I even just became a venue owner myself, and also we worked with a lot of DJs. Damos, unfortunately, we haven't had a chance to work with yet, but we hope that will be an opportunity in the future. But JVZ, we have worked with quite a bit. And I can see how much you guys really love what you do. And
Oh, and you brought up a good point. Like, if it wasn't for DJing in the venue scene, I wouldn't have met JVZ. I wouldn't have met Gally. I wouldn't have met my partner Gally. I wouldn't have met Nico. I wouldn't have met, so many other amazing DJs. Like Time's Signature.
Time's an amazing dude.
Yeah, and again, I wouldn't have met I Love You either. I wouldn't have met Saber Rider. I wouldn't have met Invis. Annie Elisera is a really, really good friend of mine. So like
the list goes on for both of us. That there's a lot of appreciated friends that we've through the venue scene that we've created friendships and bonds, not through just music, but just people behind the screen. You got to remember one thing that. Speaking of behind the screen,
I heard their name. I heard their name. Hi, welcome in.
Hi.
So many friends that are family. Yes.
Yeah. So like as I said, like we can. The list goes on for a lot of us. Like it's a continued relationship between everyone as friends and family in the scene musically. Personally on some terms on how well we vibe with each other. Like that's the one thing is that the one main thing also about this is also a social aspect of this. This is like throwing it back to COVID when you couldn't go and see friends, you couldn't go and meet people, you couldn't socialize, you couldn't do anything. This is the one thing that helped bonded a lot of us in the scene to like continue what we're doing on top of that, because not only are we putting out entertainment and music for everyone, we're creating relationships, friendships with numerous people across the world, literally.
Yeah.
I can see it. Oh. Hi, Kimura, welcome in. Hi, Derek, welcome in. There's like so many people that are coming in. But guys, just to reiterate, if you guys are just coming in, you guys are free to ask questions. There's a channel point redeem. You can ask either JVZ or Damos, and if you have any questions about DJing and anything like that. But I can, and speaking of chat, actually, the thing about numbers you mentioned was like a huge thing that we're constantly combating. But when it comes to being more social on the DJ platform, how do you think has DJing as a whole just really affected interacting with your chat, and also not to mention how you play the game? I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I know. I'm laughing because I know, but what chat doesn't know.
I'm hiking. They must take this one.
So how has DJing affected how I play the game and how I interact with
Chat.
Chat?
How you interact with your chat, how you play the game.
Well, so chat for me is always just, I don't know. I don't usually try and like prompt my chat. You know, if they say something, I always respond, or I always try and respond. But like, you know, at least my philosophy is like, you know, we're here for the music. You know, sometimes I make fun comments about the music and do stuff like that. But other than that, you know, and to me, it's nice to see people get hype and yeah. In terms of playing the game, I've gotten more into market board stuff and subs to make able to pay people for my venue.
Dude, that's freaking fact. That's a fact. I'm like, what do I sell? What do I sell?
Yeah. And Galley helps me a lot with that. Yeah, I mean, other than I'm in a bit of a lull right now, but you know, I still try and get on and do a couple you know, weekly tasks or daily tasks. I need to get on and do some of the Moogle events for this week.
Do it before it goes away. Get your Gwibber if you need to get your Gwibber if you haven't gotten the Gwibber yet. That's what there's a couple of minions on there. Everything else is kind of
You have until December 16 if you haven't done it already, by the way.
PSA.
But yeah.
So yeah, you know, I've always been pretty relaxed when it comes to chat. I know like there's a lot of DJs that try and like build a lot of hype and they try and lean a lot more into the, you know, live entertainment side of things. It's just not something I mean, I can you know, appreciate it when they do it, but because it doesn't resonate with me, it's hard for me to like initiate that. And that's, you know, and you know, that's just how I am. And with the game stuff, you know, I've always had like my highs and my lows, you know, with how I'm engaging. Right now I'm, you know, playing some other games, Marvel Rivals, Helldivers, try and play a bit of Phantom Brigade here and there. So, you know, and I don't think there's anything wrong with playing other games. Between
No, you're fine.
Like that. Yeah.
Of course not.
Of course not.
But yeah, but I don't think I would have ever actually done, you know, committed to doing subs if it wasn't for my venue.
Well,
See, as a venue owner, like I actually am not a lead of my own FC. I am just a member of my FC, so it's like I am trying to figure out ways to like make sure that I can pay my DJs and all my like everyone that's coming to my venues. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, for the longest time, Glow. So I was actually, it wasn't renting because they were letting me use the space for free. Just a random extra building that someone had that they were doing subs out of, and they're like, yeah, if you want to use it, go for it. So that was, I mean, that was nice. I mean, for the longest time, that's how we did things. But when Dawn Trail released and they really tucked down on DC travel, so Glow originally was on Aether. But pretty much everyone that was working there was on Crystal.
Sorry.
So it made it in, with their crackdown on DC travel just to try and like keep the servers from burning. It made it a little bit difficult. So we kind of like opted out of a couple or operated out of a couple people's like smalls for a few months. And then I like went in and I actually like, well, so I didn't move my character, but I made an alt and a couple people helped me level an FC and we bought an FC house.
Okay.
And that's where we are now.
I don't know if you can hear the clapping that I'm trying to do, but like honestly, to even get a house in this economy, like
Kukulkan is still pretty open. Kuchulian, Kuchilane.
Kuchilane. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
That's probably why there's still housing available.
Right. They're like, how do I pronounce it? I don't know. I don't want housing there if I can't pronounce it.
That's facts.
I don't want to live anywhere that I can't pronounce.
Well, I'm on Crystal Zaria since day one, so I ain't leaving. Yep. I've got a whole entire little minifigure of Zaria, so I'm not leaving.
Yeah. Well, so I was originally on Crystal, but then I moved to Aether for an FC that I wanted to join, and then I was there for a while, like 2 years. We were originally on Gilgamesh and then to Midgard. Yeah.
Sounds like you've been around.
I always said Glow was the first, or it was the best run Crystal Club on Aether.
Oh no. What's the laugh about?
Shots are being fired right now. I'm ducking. Well, I'm not part of this.
Oh no.
Well, early on in the venue scene, like different. So Glow was put together not like 3 months after they actually opened DC travel.
Oh.
Yeah. So like that's how long Glow's been open for 3 years and counting now.
Oh wow.
So back then, each DC, at least from my perspective, had very distinct vibes. So like Crystal was certainly very much like the party festival server.
What? Sorry, I sneezed. What?
Aether had a more of an air of like lounge gamba kind of vibe. And I'm not saying like that was only that was the only thing, but like on Aether we had a lot of people coming up and asking about gamba, and we had a lot more people willing to come in and spend a bunch of money, I'm assuming, to kind of like feel that like, oh, I'm spending a bunch of money at a club feeling. Which I'm not trying to like get on anyone. Like that's I've done that before. I've done it myself. But like it had that like VIP feel, Right. Whereas Crystal was kind of had partying, and then also, well, there's the ERP scene.
Yeah, aspect, the whole ERP scene aspect as well. So
right. Primal I wasn't too in tune with. I just never went over there a lot, and I was never really asked to play there. So
yeah.
I mean, JVZ did play on Primal because that's actually the first time we roped him into a set on.
Yeah. I got roped around everywhere, guys. I just like, are you available? Maybe. Okay, bye. Oh no, I'm not ready.
I didn't get around to like hanging out at enough places over there to get a good feel.
Yeah, it gets like that. Like when you frequent certain venues and you kind of get in that like the usual circle stuff that you always go to, like
Right.
what we've grown used to over like when we have residencies and whatnot. So it's like it's hard to get a vibe from each and every data center because it's all different. And then EU is a whole nother fucking ball game. Holy
Yeah.
moly!
Oh dear.
EU can be pretty different.
Yeah, like
NA has kind of like homogenized a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
mainly just because everyone kind of rushed over to Dynamis for a little while. I know a
Mm-hmm.
few venues have kind of like moved back. Um, I've thought about moving back. Um,
Watching this, oh my god.
yeah, watching.
oh my goodness.
Hope you're tasty. That's all. Yeah.
Sorry, Eisen. Sorry, Eisen. That's Eisen in chat right there, actually.
God. Oh.
Hey, Eisen. Yo, where's the barbecue at, man?
Didn't invite us.
There's
Didn't
supposed to be
invite
food
us.
here. I thought, Zaria, there's supposed to be food here, right?
Yeah.
That's why Eisen's the cook between the both of us.
Oh my god.
He literally
So-
started cooking after he met us.
Yeah. So yeah, like I've the NA has kind of homogenized. I still feel like it has a distinct vibe from EU just because there isn't a crossover there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like the main thing is that like because of DC travel, a lot of venues moved to Dynamis, even ones on like Crystal and Primal, just because at peak times it was hard even to get onto other Crystal or Primal worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. It was just like impossible. It was impossible at some times where you see some of us, like I've been involved where I'm like, I can't get there. I'm just gonna spin from my FC. I'm gonna spin from outside there. I'm like, I still want to play my music. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
some may have held it against me, but I'm like, do you want me to show up or not? Kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
more of like treating it on a professional sense. I'm like, how would you like if your DJ didn't show up for a planned show or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, I'm trying to still remain a professional, like, you know, in Twitch and even outside if I've been invited to spin IRL, which I've been able to. But
Yep.
Besides that,
Well, JVZ has your experience now, like looking back on it, has it really affected how you also interact with other people now? Like, how does DJing change that perspective for you then?
so yes, I have to say that, like, as far as perspective for just interacting in chat, I'm a little bit of both. Sometimes when I'm just in a mood or I'm just gonna spin music, I won't have my mic on. I'll even announce it. I'm just like, I'm just here for the music. I just want to vibe out.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's those times where I'm like, if you're feeling really good about it and like you're getting good vibe and you see interaction in chat, I don't mind interacting, um, like every now and then. But I try not to do it as too much to pull away
Mm-hmm.
from what you're listening to. I try not to pull the fader down more than I should, or just I have my settings set where you can still hear me over the music, but it's not intrusive unless like I do so. So it's a little bit of both
Mm-hmm.
for me as from coming with from feeling the community, being part of a
Mhm.
different community on Twitch and Final Fantasy interaction and entertaining, and then just listening to music. It's a little bit of both. So I can't really say it's really changed being a DJ on Twitch
Mm-hmm.
as for interaction wise, but it has changed how I've actually played games. So
Mm-hmm.
I joke about this in everyone's stream and friends and like that. I'm like, what's content? I don't know what content is. I hate to say it though, like this is just my personal experience of it. The content for me has it's just there's no draw for me to do it. Like playing this game for what 4 years now, 4 years, however long I've been playing it for, like roughly 3 4 years. It's
Mhm.
like going from a content point of view where we started when technically Endwalker just dropped. So that's around that time. We didn't have to deal with the issues when Shadowbringers came out for a lot of people. Endwalker, it was like that. You just couldn't get into the world. Everyone's trying to do the latest content, so on and so forth. The player base was so high. You were able to find parties, so on and so forth. And after playing for the game for so long, and you get caught up to most current content, and the content doesn't come out as quickly as it should, and things that were supposed to happen don't show up when they're supposed to. It kind of, it brings you down a little bit. Like, why do I want to keep playing this? Why do I want to continue paying my sub? Besides existing in Final Fantasy for everyone that visually wants to see us DJ. Besides that point, but what is going to keep me playing this game? It's getting harder and harder for me personally to see if I want to stay in the game. I already had this run in earlier this year where, hey, I'll DJ for you guys, but to be clear, I'm not showing the game because I had my reasons, which I won't get into. But it was just me purely spinning music, and that's it. Hello, Yushin.
Hello, Yushin. Oh, that's so weird because I call JVZ Yushin sometimes.
Everyone either calls me JVZ, J, or if you know me from like content days, you call me Yushin.
Content days.
When I did content, people actually just called me Yushin, and then I took on the DJ persona, and now it's JVZ. And then, if you're really cool with me, you call me Jay or whatever, or if you know my real name, or if you know my real name.
Yeah, and the sub stuff can be difficult, especially since a lot of us are already paying a lot of money to DJ in the first place.
Oh God.
Yeah, it can rack up. So
yeah, it can get really pricey, especially if if you own or you purchase a lot of your music, which I've been doing for a long time, and just diving into everyone's library. I'm like, hey, do you have old CDs? Yes, I'm that old. Do you have old CDs? Are they still good? Let me have all of it. Give me all of it. Why? I need it. And that's how I've gotten a lot of my library. Other fellow DJs that have been kind enough to share their libraries with me as well. Me finding stuff. It's just try not to spend money on it because it's not cheap. It's not cheap. Utilizing streaming platforms, whether it be BeatSource or Beatport as stream networks. Hell, what they've done, Deezer, they've done iTunes streaming now through certain platforms that you can use their music library. It's like, but it all costs money. So,
yeah. Or if you want to like drop money to do like a record pool.
Yeah, there's that too. Or what's even more expensive, you can make your own music.
Oh, that sounds like a lot. Quick sidebar for a moment. Just letting you know, chat, that I have tried to snooze the ads a couple of times, but they're starting in about 2 minutes. So if you are subbed, welcome in. But if you're not subbed, have fun in the ads.
You're going to ad jail for the next 3 minutes.
It's soon, just like in about 2 minutes, but.
Right, and I'm being harassed by a cat. Yes, kitty. What? I'm in an interview. What do you want? Yeah. Hello?
Well,
hello?
Since JVZ actually started talking a little bit about it, my next question actually was I wanted to know what, can you take us through the process of preparing for a set? I know like you guys always have like either multiple sets per week or maybe one set a week, or maybe there's times where you don't have anything. So like, what's the process in preparing for a set?
Well, I think I just like talking about it. I guess I'll take the lead on this. Well, it really just depends on what it is. As I said, I'm an open format DJ, but I do specialize in hip hop and R&B. It's one of my primary strengths, at least what I'd like to spin. It really just depends. Like, if everyone's shooting a certain genre, a certain vibe, like you kind of want to you want a dance vibe with it, uh, like, or if it's a strict venue that's genre locked to a specific thing, or what it's the prep time can be either easy or very painful. It goes in one of two directions, or it goes to the point where I don't know what the hell I'm doing, YOLO, which sometimes is a good thing, and sometimes it's a total disaster. So,
I probably lean a bit more on the YOLO side of things.
Hey, you got good sets, dude. You had some really good sets that you're like. I've asked you, what are you spinning? I don't know. I'm just like, well. I guess we're both being that tonight. Screw it, right?
So I guess, well, yeah. So I, a lot of what I do is like I will browse my or so granted I'm not using anymore, but I use a record pool, or I'm switching over to Beatport. Like I'm browsing through them and I'm kind of listening to songs, and if I find a song I like, then I add it to my set list. Um, so 9 times out of 10, if I have a song in my set, it's a song that I'm gonna like. Um, you know, fuck laws, play bangers, as we say.
100%.
So yeah, it's for me. It's just a lot of it's kind of like you know effort before I actually get into my library. I'm just going through and picking songs that I like, and then only songs that I like tend to get at my library. Sometimes if I've changed my mind on a song, I'll remove it. But other than that, like the night I'm the night of a set, I'm usually deciding, okay, you know maybe I want to do like 150 BPM, or I want to do trap music, or I want to do trap and house, or I want to do I kind of choose like a broad category, start there, and just kind of see where we go.
You pretty much just try to build from the vibe, which is essentially what us as DJs try to do. Is just start somewhere, and I guess the proper way is build a story to go along with what music you're trying to do. At least that's what I try to do with some of my sets personally.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like Christmas themed. Oh, those are fun. I'm not doing any more Christmas sets. I'm canceling Christmas. No more Christmas sets. No more. All jokes aside.
Yeah, I need to grab some Christmas music.
I have some really old Christmas music that can put you to sleep. You guys need some sleeping music? I got you. I got you.
Okay, so I'm gonna bug you later for some help with sleeping because apparently I don't sleep well enough.
We don't talk about that on stream.
Got it. Ixnay on the music A. Gally says I may be biased, but Demo's sets are amazing.
Demo's has crazy sets. Like some of those sets, I'm just like, well, shit. I have to follow that, which is usually the chorus is that, oh yeah, I'm that JVZ. Ah, shit. And you have to have I panic with certain DJs like who I've spun after because I know I've spun after some crazy good DJs, and I just like I have to follow that. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
I mean, to be fair, I said the same thing following you. So
I mean, we'll both agree with it. We both like have to feed off each other's energy when we spin, and honestly, that's the best. That's the best thing too. Is like if you're feeling a vibe from the DJ before you, like say you're the closer or you're the middle DJ. A lot of us, a good amount of us, should be feeling that vibe. What is the DJ spinning prior to you? Are you going to?
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Am I going to continue the vibes and then build into my vibe, or am I just going to hard send it and say fuck it, press play? There's people that like that. There's people like that. I have no judgment on it. However you DJ is how you want to forward your craft. 100%. If you just press play and you just transition from track to track, that's for you. If you transition and loop tracks with vocals and so on and so forth, that's you. If you want to backspin out and then start another track, that's you. Not recommended. Don't do that.
Oh dear. Wait. Wait. Rewind and explain what exactly don't do.
So, you know the part where when the track goes backwards, when you spin the track backwards, and all you hear is just that, but there's no extra tracking. It's just that. Don't do that. You get one.
Oh dear.
Don't do that consistently unless you like if you are gonna do it, which you've seen me do it every now and then, is that I'll do that, but I'll still have a track underneath. Still play.
I mean, my thing is I like heavily rely on double drops.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Pretty much every transition I do during the set is a
Yeah,
double drop.
Yeah, I get like double drop, double drop, double drop, double
Oh
drop.
dear.
But they're the way that you build your sets and how you play through your sets are very well calculated when you do those drops. And that's why your sets are so powerful to me. Whenever I follow that, I'm just like, that's really good. So
I mean, so I hope this doesn't come off as bragging, but like I'm not I don't plan those ahead of time. I'm reading it and listening to it like in the moment and
Oh.
making it line up as I go.
I know I 100% I 100% no, it's not bragging or anything. Like I do the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
when I read into stuff, like I'm like I know what. Okay, so for those that see us, like when you see our streams, we have the actual waveforms actually on the screen. We are literally reading those waveforms. We know when that boosting cat's gonna hit, when the vocals are gonna hit. That's
I literally scolded your chat.
Yeah, no, I can feel the burn right now from he's like, I did not teach you that. I'm like,
I mean, my thing is like, because I have, so much classical training in music, especially from choir and then also, percussion and drum line, drum set, I do have like a really good understanding of like phrasing and,
Right.
I can really easily, read the waveforms as I'm going through, and it's just, really made it easy for me to, kind of get to where I am. I probably lean on it a bit too much. I could do more prep, but more prep is, time commitment, and I have other things that I'm, doing my time for. I've got work. 100%. I've got,
no, 100%. Like as one that still works as well, it's just like sometimes you don't have time to have that prep. Sometimes I'm rushing to a set right after work in 30 minutes. I've done it.
Yeah.
I'll spend back to backs and not be prepped and just yellow it like some of us do, and just like, okay, well, I'm gonna just throw it against the wall. Hopefully it sticks. Sometimes it does, and sometimes like afterwards you're beating yourself up. Trust me, all the DJs beat themselves up. Don't never believe that we don't beat ourselves up whenever we play our sets. We always beat ourselves up. That's just how we are. So never take it personal. He's like, oh, that was awesome. That's what everyone else is saying. What are we saying? That was shit. That was shit. That was shit. That was shit.
Oh no. I mean, I've been in the VC when I hear some of you guys talking about this, like the aftermath sometimes. Not just pertaining to like one DJ, but like I've heard other DJs, sometimes I've heard some feedback from them as well. After the set, and it's completely understandable because at the end of the day, you guys are still human. Yes, we're auras or bunny people or cat people in the game, but we're still human behind the screen.
I'm a Midlander. It's okay.
Yeah. That's a funny joke.
just be a body of glitter, and then that's it. That's your persona. That's it. It doesn't matter.
Gally is a body of glitter.
Gally is a body of glitter. 100%, 1000%.
Oh jeez.
Bunnies are the best. Glitter bunnies are probably better, right? Am I right?
Gally, are we gonna expect to see some glitter bombs coming in through sometime soon? Because
shortly.
I have a whole glitter bomb mechanic on my stream that I made just for Gally.
Oh dear.
Oh, she sent that glitter. She sent that glitter hard.
How's the cleanup there?
Oh,
I'm still coughing up glitter from like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I have emotes just for glitter.
Yeah, look, there you go.
Oh wow, there's so much glitter. I don't think I've ever seen that much glitter. I only see glitter during the holidays, actually. I think that's the most glitter I've ever seen.
You gotta hang out at Glow on Thursdays.
Okay, so next time I'll drop in. But a little backtrack here. I know we were talking about like being human and whatnot. I know like and we were even talking about jumping in and following up after each other on the sets. But like sometimes you might be an opener. Do you guys have any like like before set ritual or anything that kind of just really throws you into that vibe? Because sometimes like it might be quiet at the venue and you're waiting for people to trickle in, or there might not be anyone in chat. Like, how do you get yourself going before you really spin and bring up that vibe?
Well, for me, so set like getting ready to go live starts about 30 minutes before. And in that time I just kind of do all my pre-stream check. And then usually I spend 5 minutes going through choosing a song that I want to start on and choosing like a 4-bar loop from it and just keeping that on the rest of my prep. It's not necessarily interesting, but it gets me like the rhythm in my head, and it keeps kind of like starts things moving, so to speak. Yeah, and then I usually go live. Well, I try to go live at least 5 minutes before, and then I play ads. I like manually play ads at the very beginning, so that way there's no ads during at least the first hour of my stream.
Sorry, chat. You had to face ads.
It makes a whole lot more sense for like DJs and stuff, because I mean, we've all been on Spotify and had like an ad or YouTube and had an ad play in the middle of something that we're enjoying.
YouTube ads go on for like 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
But terrible. Well, okay. Looking at from I've done openings before as well. So I look at it, it's still a number one rule as an opener. You're there to start the vibes, not bring in the heat. That's what I've learned. Because you're there to, as people are trickling in, you want people to get into a vibe. You don't want to get too heavy because too heavy too soon. Because that's I think that's not your job as an opener. Is you're there to just get people going. You're not there as the main event. You're not there as the super hype DJ. You're there to get the vibes going. I think that holds true overall for any venue you spin at, whether it be IRL, an event, in game. As an opener, it's your job, an opener, to just get the good vibes going. Just get things flowing. That's how I look at it. Usually, my opening stuff, if I'm opening it up, I'm kind of doing the same thing as Demos. I'm just making sure all my stuff is working on stream, make sure any of my commands are working, testing all that. I'm usually live at least. Usually, I'm live 10 minutes beforehand, so that way I can hear the audio through the stream itself. As I said, I have a lot of monitoring that I do before stream, especially before openings, just to make sure the vibe's right. That's pretty much how I go about it. So it's not too bad. Not too bad for me to set up for as an opener.
What's the worst thing that's happened while setting up? I feel like I just opened a can of words by asking that.
Demos and I are both like, what hasn't gone wrong is the question.
Okay, well, what's the worst thing that's happened?
I mean, I've had my computer crash 2 minutes before a set.
No.
Yeah. Let's see.
That nervous laughter from all of you. It's valid.
Yeah. Accidentally hitting update on Rekordbox 10 minutes before a set.
Why I don't use Rekordbox, because it will up everything.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think the worst that I've had is that I had internet like perfect before a set. Like the day before I ran testing, I was making sure everything was good. Then as I hit start stream, I have no ping. I have nothing. It's dead. It's not streaming. It's all stuttering. I'm opening up, and I think you've seen me at me, and I'm just so pissed. And I I literally shut down all of my sets for the month, all of them.
Oh, I think I
That's the
remember that.
worst
Yeah,
thing.
that sucked. That sucked.
That's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Besides me, accidentally unloading a track.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
okay.
Probably my most
Go ahead.
my most embarrassing. I was playing for the first time at like a larger venue. I want to say like 40, 50 people in stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my mic configured like this. You know, it's got a noise gate, high pass filter, you know, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, those filters were turned off. So the mic was right by my mouth the entire set. And apparently, you could hear me breathing into the mic the entire
no.
set. And no one said anything.
Oh no!
And yeah, like this was back when DJs could still have VODs, and I just decided to go back and watch that VOD one time.
Wow.
And I'm like, I was mortified.
You're like, delete.
And I'm like, well, I guess that's probably not why they haven't invited me back yet.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the listing of things that's happened to us on stream, but yeah, like the worst was that for myself. The list goes on. It's like you have controller issues. I've had controller issues. I've had controller issues while live. So, which I still have this controller issue now. So on my Rev 5, I have 2 laptop ports that I can plug into. So if someone wants to set up on my controller, they can plug into another port while I'm plugged into the other one, and then when they're ready to switch over, they just hit switch and like boom, they have access to the library. They can do whatever they want on it. Said a port that I was normally using decided to get all wonky and borked, and you get audio feedback from it. And I didn't notice it until someone picked it up. Like, there's a weird like screech that comes from your music, and we couldn't figure out what it was. So I realized it. Like, okay, let me just change the ports. I changed the ports over. I have no issues. And I've been using that port since then. Am I ever gonna fix a damn thing? I don't know. That's happened live during numerous sets and took a lot of time to troubleshoot. I had a lot of help from people like trying to help troubleshoot it with me. So I haven't had any issues since then. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, but that's not to say that it won't happen again. But I mean, you guys have lots. Not saying it wouldn't happen, but like, you know, you seem like you guys have been able to become more like adjust more easily now. With like, if it happens, you know what to do, or if something happens that you've never experienced, you guys seem like you know how to handle the situation, and you can see really that growth, not only just like with DJing like in front of a crowd, but even just DJing on your back end. It takes a lot. Like, people don't really realize the front end is what only part of everything, and then there's still the back end where it's like, well, there's a whole process behind all this, and it can do a lot more. You know, you could be chilling, having fun, and then just not realizing that the DJ's panicking because something went wrong.
Right. So unfortunately, you can see when I'm panicking. It's on my face.
Oh, yeah, we see it in your face.
Everyone can see when I'm like, either when I'm locked in, you can tell when I'm locked in, or you can see when I'm panicking. Because you can see me. It's like, oh shit, what am I doing? But most of the time, I'm usually chill. Usually, normally. There's a cute cat sitting on my desk. Why?
Yeah. Granted, I've been on cam before, but I've not recently been on cam.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I see something in chat here that I'm a little curious about. Is there a reason we're not allowed to talk about it? So
it's just a little bit embarrassing with like a medical thing.
Okay. So we won't worry about it. We won't divulge any personal stuff if you don't feel comfortable with it.
This is not what you see in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess just like general summary, I wasn't good health wise,
Mm-hmm.
and I was overexerting myself with work,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up zonking out in the middle of a set.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, we have to take care of ourselves, and it's a lot going on, and I completely understand.
yeah.
Um,
I was still teaching back then.
oh, jeez,
Mhm.
it's a lot going on.
Ugh.
I have a few friends who are teachers, so I completely understand. And you're doing good now, right? Everything's
Oh
okay?
yeah, I'm much better.
Okay, perfect.
Let's step away real
Much better.
quick. I'm gonna grab some water.
Actually, we're about to hit our break.
Yeah.
Um so that was the first segment where we just kind of dived into a little bit about your background in DJing and whatnot. But we'll talk more about it in about 5 minutes. I'll see you guys back here.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys back in 5 minutes. Chat, don't go anywhere. We'll see you about in 5 minutes. But if you are curious about anything more to know about Demos and JVZ, um, feel free to drop a channel point redeem with a question, and we can always address it in the next segment. But I will see you guys back in about 5 minutes. And we're back. You guys are listening to Zaria's Cafe Corner. Oh no! Technical difficulties. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, hello,
Hello?
hi, hi. Are you unmuted? Oh,
I'm.
I see gears.
Uh oh. Lo and behold, technical difficulties. But
Speaking of,
speaking of,
jinxed it.
I think OBS knew. OBS knew right away.
there you go.
There we go. We're back. We're back. Chat, are you back? Because we're back. And
Oh, wow.
we're
Okay.
here with more Q&A um with our DJs for today, DJ Damos and JVZ. I hope you guys
Hey.
didn't leave, please. We got questions.
Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm distracted by my cat. Hi.
Hi cat. Well,
I can hear it.
oh wait, purr. Can we get that purr?
No.
No,
Dude,
no.
dude's like, no, no. Dude,
Yeah.
you know,
I was
and now
got-
he's laying on my keyboard. No! I had to unplug the keyboard before he sits on it. I'm like, okay, I'll use my side keyboard. You jerk.
I've got
Okay.
my brother hauling in the groceries in the background.
Oh geez. So if anything goes on in the background, Chad, we're okay. They're okay. We don't need to call. We don't need to call an ambulance, or do we need to do a wellness check, guys?
The
I'm
wellness check
fine.
is no, we're fine.
We're fine. We're
Just
fine. Good.
Made me panic, so I had to unplug one keyboard and use the other keyboard. This is fine.
As far as I'm aware, I'm fine.
I mean, is there decent groceries getting hauled in right now?
I mean, that's food on our table, right? Right.
I mean, right.
Well, just to recap, chat, we did dive into a bit about, why Damos and JVZ started DJing, the process of how to prepare for a set, and really the interaction that a lot of you who are from their chats have really experienced over the years. And Gally will be the judge of that, Damos. Oh dear.
Oh my.
Oh no. Well,
Oh no.
it seems like we've done our little background information, and so that way we can really dive into the forefront in Final Fantasy 14, where really that's where I met JVZ, and we're making connections with one another, where Damos met JVZ and JVZ met Damos, and all the other DJs who are probably in the chat, like welcome in. For the past year, actually, I've been noticing I'm actually part of a Discord that is venue based, and so it's always constantly updating with new venues every single day. And even when I look at Party Finder, there's always a brand new venue. And I think with the demolition process that happened earlier this year, there's more and more new venues that are popping up. What are your thoughts on like this whole like? There's a venue here, there's a venue there, like they're all like the same kind of style, or they might not be a different style. Like, what are your thoughts on these kind of venues?
Unless you can take the lead on that one. Don't be too honest with you.
Sorry.
Sure. Well,
Oh, go.
I think he was just asking for me to take the lead on it.
Yep.
And I think it's just a natural part of the ecosystem, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty regular for venues to open and then they kind of run their course and then they close. Like it's not normal to have a venue open for as long as I've had Glow open, for example. Granted, like the scene hasn't been, like I think the longest club that I know has been open for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like a natural ecosystem to things where someone decides, you know what, I want to commit to trying to open a venue, and they go ahead and try and do it, and to a certain degree they're successful, and obviously everyone kind of encounters their own bumps on the road. Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just kind of I'm not gonna knock someone for wanting to try and do their own thing, right? I think what I will do is also, if you're like complaining that everyone's open on a particular on the same night that you chose, that's just being a bit childish.
Yeah.
Like recently there's been a ton of venues open on Thursdays, and it's okay, sure, it's just a bunch of people ended up opening venues on Thursdays, and there's nothing really that I can do about that. So we just kind of go with what I with what we've been doing. Like the process of going through that, it can be it's a piece of content, not necessarily that Square's prepared, but like it's part of the RP, or it's part of like the social aspect of the game of the attempt to create a social hub. And it's just like an FC, right? Yeah, the venue scene ebbs and flows. Like you never said I've never really seen someone say, oh, there's too many FCs, so we shouldn't make one.
Right, no, that's never been said, ever.
Yeah. So granted, like there's other aspects that play into the venue scene, like you have a staff aspect, you have DJs, you have
Bards, you have.
I mean, okay, yeah. So like there are other things where like there's like supply and demand.
Yeah.
But also like more venues being open hopefully means more DJs being booked. And hopefully some new DJs can be discovered. And that's actually a piece of the venue scene I kind of miss.
Yeah, like I'll piggyback off that as well. It's like there's nothing wrong with opening like new venues because everyone is trying to do a certain thing, whether it be an RP venue, whether it be music, whether it be whatever it is. Like we will never knock anyone for opening up a venue because that's something that you want to do and try your hand at. Who are we? Who are we to say that? No, you shouldn't do that. We are going to tell you it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, to a point where you feel like you have a second job. The moment it starts becoming a second job and becomes too overwhelming, step away for a little bit. But there's nothing wrong with stepping away either.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Take time. Take time for yourself. Do not let it become another crutch for you mentally. Don't do that. Don't do that. I tell everyone that I have my own venues. They've been closed forever, but my venues are focused on. There's no RP, there's no bar. There's just music. You show up there, you listen to music, and you socialize with people there if they're there. That's what my venues are. But I haven't opened them for a while, so don't look at me.
And yeah, it is hard and rewarding at the same time. And I think a lot of the inception, or sorry, well, it's very important to consider, why are you opening a venue, right? Are you opening a venue to have a space for you and your friends? Are you opening a space like I did? A lot of DJs end up opening their own venues to have their own place that they can guarantee that they get to play. Are you maybe opening a venue to try and become popular? I would argue that that's not a well, it's like you know it's like streaming for numbers, right? If you're only streaming just to get followers and get attention, that tends to not work out great. Look, and more power to you if it does, but it's you want just like JVZ and I have reasons to DJ outside of the numbers. You want a reason to keep your venue open outside of the numbers as well. So like if having 3 or 4 slow weeks is gonna be like the make or break for you in terms of your will to keep on going. Because that's the other thing is like consistency is a huge thing for venues. Just like it is for streaming. When you're streaming, you want to stream at the same time, the same day every week. Um, if you want to like see that growth and stuff like that. It's the same thing for venues. If you keep on swapping around what days you're open or hours you're open, or you randomly close one week and open the next, that that can make it difficult for people to come back because they can't know that they can come back.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from that, and that's just overall whatever you may be doing. Us as DJs is just being consistent on what we're doing. Like same thing with venue owners. They have to be consistent, or they have to be for um being able to communicate it out to not just the patrons, the staffing, the entertainment. It's just being able to say the things that need to be said, giving people a heads up instead of getting slapped. Oh, we're closed randomly. So
yeah.
So if we're coming as a patron, you randomly close up and you're not open, and we're used to you being opened up. It's just like, well, they didn't announce anything in their Discord or so on and so forth. So it's kind of like it's more of like, do I want to come back to this venue because they're not open this day because they didn't say anything? There's things with venue stuff, and even us as streamers, like I don't have a set schedule myself. That's the thing. I don't have a set schedule because one, I have IRL work that also conflicts with me DJing, like week to week, no matter what. Like Damos knows this. Like I would love to play at Glow whenever IRL comes first.
Yeah. And the other thing that feeds into that, like when I'm talking about consistency, is the big thing, at least that I found in terms of like new people discovering your venue. It isn't shouts, it isn't party finders, it's word of mouth. It's a bunch of people getting together and they're like, oh, let's go to a bunch of venues tonight. Does anyone have any suggestions? And having your venue come up as one of the suggestions is the big way that you get new people coming to your club. Because again, like, so shouts, I would say, are kind of like an older used method. What's popular now is the party finder, and then you like set up alts or people on other DCs to also advertise your club on different data centers and stuff like that. But it's always been word of mouth. As like word of mouth is king in terms of discoverability.
Right. I mean, like for me, like even when I opened my venue, a lot of it was like people saying, "Oh, Zaria is having her venue open for this party, this party, this party." So I can, it definitely speaks volumes, especially when and sometimes I'm looking at Party Finder, and sometimes I see the same venue have like 5 different party finders.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I guess it's really telling me to go. So it's just like, that's really I guess the nudge for some people. I guess like that's become the new grab. But I guess what really keeps the vibe there is really what you guys do.
Right. So I look. That's a
PF. Hi, Kramer. Welcome in.
That's there's a certain amount of PFs that you can put up where it's just eye catching enough, but not like appalling. So
yeah,
like for example, like I'm not gonna go to the venue that has 5 PFs up.
Yeah.
And like I don't, if there is some that are up there, if you have 5 PFs up in a single world, like why Why?
Yeah.
I'm like, you give two and let other people do it. But as I said, everyone's different. If they want to oversaturate it, the PF like that, go ahead. But is that a little bit more pushing away some of the smaller venues like yourself, Zaria?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to put a PF because of this? Like, should I do that? So
Mhm.
I can see why it's like demoralizing. Like, wait, I don't want to because they've got like buy this, they've got more staff and do that. Like,
Yeah.
but like I've said, do it because you want to do it.
Yeah.
Do it because you want to do it. Don't do it
Mhm.
because it's a new thing. Like, if you have a focus of why you're being at the venue, like you've said, like reasons why we DJ, like
Mhm.
that should be always your focus.
Yeah.
The moment you lose that focus is when you lose heart. I guess I still stick around because I still have heart in this.
Mhm.
I try my damnedest at every venue I go to. I try to give, even when I'm sick.
Mhm.
I'm still sick. I'll be people have seen me dying on stream and still just working my butt off and then collapse afterwards. And they're like, "Are you okay?"
Oh
I'm like,
dear. Hi, Abby. Welcome in.
Hey,
How are
how's it
you?
going?
"Hey, Abby, what's going on, Abby?" Have I collapsed after my sets dying sick? Yes, I've DJ'd sick like a dog. I'm pretty sure, Daniels, you've done the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
JVZ Appreciation Day when?
No,
When?
no, no.
When?
I'm fake DJ. No, 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 no.
Well, to
You're a
case
fake
in
DJ. I'm an imaginary one.
I mean, case in point, I actually met like the only reason I was able to find Damos to be part of this podcast was I met JVZ and then I asked for recommendations and they were like
Word
word of
of mouth.
mouth.
Word of mouth is king. Word of mouth is
Yeah.
king. I'm like, if I see something in a good friend of mine or someone that could potentially get something from this, like appreciation, whether it be questions that need to be asked that people have probably been begging to ask either one of us. Like this is what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to ask us questions, be like
Yep.
within respect. Within respect. Don't go too crazy.
Yeah, and like there's plenty of venues that do things that I don't vibe with, like the myriad of party finders, and there's also DJs
Yeah.
that do things that I'm not, I just don't gel with.
Mhm.
But that's if that's what they want to do, and that's and they enjoy doing that. I'm not gonna it's there's I don't get anything out of like trying to police them. And that's kind of what I've done with Glow is just like I'm gonna cut off my little tiny insignificant corner of the scene, and I'm just gonna have my place. And I mean, you know, lead by example, or just like lead as I want to do, right? Yeah.
Well, keeping on that momentum, actually, since like doing what you love, basically, to really have that passion and drive. And and we talked. You guys mentioned a little bit earlier about the new DJs looking for more new DJs. Sorry. I know, like, I do have other questions about the multiple DJs thing, but in terms of advice or a message that you have for those who are trying to get into the DJing scene, anything that you guys have to suggest?
Turn off your viewer account.
Ooh.
Turn your viewer account off. No matter what, it's going to be a hindrance for you because I still do this, and you can tell when I do it because of the expression on my face, and I still do this to this day. Turn off your viewer account. If you're a new DJ, turn it off in the beginning. You don't need to be looking at it, or just don't turn it on at all on your OBS or whatever you're using. Turn it off because you are going to get disheartened for a while. I've been there. I've been there where I'm streaming to open air, dead room. I've been there. No one's in the chat. Been there. No interaction. Don't let that hinder what you want to put out there. Do you play the music that you like, and as you grow, adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quality
Yeah,
over quantity.
Yeah. I think everyone
I
who
agree
streams has
with
been
that.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, Epi, you're right. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there. But as I said, your focus
Yeah.
as a new DJ is to have the right vibes go out to people, and people will come. People will come.
Hmm? Yeah. I mean, well, so things were back or different back in the day.
God, you make it feel
So
old, dude.
yeah.
Oh no. Oh
Well,
no.
actually,
My bad.
I think
Not your
aren't
back.
you older than me, JVZ?
Oh.
Anyways.
My soul.
Oh
That
no.
I think. That I think. Yeah, you're right. I am older than you.
Yeah.
Well, let's suck
Uh,
on time to retire now. Oh,
Now you're not allowed.
God.
Get the icy hot. Oh
I have the
no.
icy hot right here on the table. You guys have seen it.
I think was it in that picture that you sent?
So, back when I started, again, like nearly 4 years ago, probably more like, or sorry, yeah, so like 3.5 years ago, um, my like third month DJing, I managed to play like 31 sets in 1 month.
Wow.
Um, and it was the
Those
summer,
are-
so I was off I was out of school, and
Okay.
so I had the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like trying to do that in today's climate would be
No,
nigh impossible.
no.
uh, yeah, just because like back then things were new, people were willing to try new things, and they were willing to just kind of give anyone a chance. Um, and things have really shifted. Things have settled. Things have, like groups have
Yep.
you have
Good old days.
your groups have formed.
The good old days.
Yeah.
No, seriously, though. Seriously, that's how it is now.
Yeah. You have a lot more residencies, or like, or venues that have like two residents, and it's always those two residents every single week, or stuff like that. um and I understand, like, booking for a club, it can be really stressful. So if you
Agreed.
just yeah, if you just have the same DJs every single time, or you have some sort of system where like this DJ plays the first week of X month, and this DJ plays the second week, whatever system you set up, it all just kind of falls into place. Um, but it can make it hard for DJs to actually like,
Get in at these venues. This comes down
yeah,
to the visibility right now. I'm gonna 100% like
Mhm.
you can put me on here, but visibility for a lot of us
Mhm.
is very, 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 very minimal.
Mhm.
Very minimal.
yeah.
There's
Um,
yeah.
so like, if you're a newer DJ, so I don't book DJs that I haven't heard play before. Um, that's
How
just
did I get here?
well, you actually got recommended to me.
True.
Um, so you got recommended to me by Kale, because I asked her about like expanding my
Shout out to
you know,
DJ MSL.
yeah, shout out to DJ Mistel.
Shout out to Mistel.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ. Yep, Mistel.
So, like having a recording of one of your sets, because like, again, it can be hard to get that first set.
Right.
So like having a recording of your set, or you know I mean, that's a big thing. Or letting people know when you go live, like some close friends, or some friends of friends of a venue owner. You networking can be a big thing in the venue scene. And that's kind of been something I've been talking with Gally about is, like, if I want to, get into other clubs, we need to network. That's just kind of the thing.
Thank you
so
for such
yeah,
excellent
it's
tea.
very difficult for, newer DJs or smaller DJs or DJs that may have like taken a break or something like that to kind of get back in the swing of things, just because everything's so settled that it's hard for them to fit in places.
Right. That comes with new DJs, new venues. That's where I look at it like this: is right now there's a big lull for us as I could say long time DJs in comparison to newer DJs. Is that there's a big lull. As you're saying, we have our residencies where we have our consistent, bookings that we're always playing at. And then we have the newer DJs that don't have a lot of visibility on top of that. So like another word of advice to some of the younger DJs, like talk to some of us as that have been in the scene for a while, like or have venues or something like that. Same thing as David was saying, have some kind of way where okay, well, if you're not live, like you have like some kind of recording, some kind of recording of one of your sets, so we can listen to you. Give you a chance, like as an opener or something like that. That's socializing, networking. That's that's just how it works. That works IRL. Same thing. I'm doing that stuff right now, and like like I've been. Sometimes it just comes down to availability. I can't do certain things. So on and so forth. Like I am trying to branch out more. I've been slacking very, very badly at recording sets. The last time you've seen any of my sets on YouTube, there hasn't been an update for a while because I'm dead inside.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and sorry, I think I had a point and then I kind of like drifted
Lost
away
it.
from
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's rewind. Let's backspin that real quick.
Backspin.
It's okay.
Also quick. Thank you so much for the follow, Appy. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day, great morning, wherever you are. My name is Zaria. Welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in. But do you guys mention about visibility? Is that why venues have multiple DJs as opposed to just having one?
Yes, that has to do with it. That I think it has to do with a lot of it, and it has to do with a lot of the bigger DJs that have a lot of visibility. Mainly,
Thank
a
you
lot of
for
them are
such
partners.
excellent
I said,
tea.
I'm not going to name any. I'm not going to throw names out there, but I'll look at it like this: if you're gonna put someone in your venue and you're able to book one of those DJs in there, of course there's gonna be eyes. There's gonna be visibility in there, and you hope with those visibility when you have a lesser known DJ, newer DJ, you hope some of those eyes stick around for the new DJ, and they get those viewers, they get the word of mouth, they get to what we've all built up upon is like having uh having that viewership, but also not trying to focus on the viewership. It's a double edged sword. It's a double edged sword
Yeah.
for us here on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So my thing, because I have booked large DJs in the past, and it doesn't always translate to numbers in the club. And usually it kind of like it can. So something you need to understand is that you can be watching a DJ and be at a completely different club than the DJ's at. And there are certain DJs with large followings that will follow them to the venue that they're playing at. And then there are certain DJs that don't have that similar following. Not to mention, a lot of those larger DJs, a lot of those viewers don't stick around after the DJ that they've come to watch leaves.
Yeah.
You'll see it drop substantially. Like you'll have someone be there and have said odd number of viewers, listeners, and as soon as it raised over to the next person, it'll stick around for about 2 seconds and then
Mm-hmm. Well, to your point, what you
And
said is to make sure that you turn off your viewer count.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's my
But
main point.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
besides
but
that,
because of that, it doesn't necessarily translate into visibility.
venue.
Okay.
Um, I mean, so obviously, getting a large DJ to play at your venue it'll introduce, your venue to a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which I get what
So
Effie's saying. Where I get what Effie's saying as well.
Yeah.
So it,
Uh,
it works both ways. I look at it like this: like it can either help a venue,
mm-hmm.
or it can help a DJ, or it can do both, or it can do the complete opposite. So it really just depends because of everyone's an individual,
Mm-hmm.
which I never take that away
yeah,
from anyone.
Yeah.
And like if you want to stick around, you stick around. I say that in my streams, like, hey, stick around if you're feeling the vibes. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Do what you need to do. Like, you don't have to stick around. I don't tell anyone to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
Tell people to stick around for. I tell people to stick around. Like when I'm about to end, I'm like, hey, I got the next DJ coming. Stick around. I want you to stay to listen to them
Yeah.
because I want you to have different ears for the person before me or after me. That's why I've been putting in my title, who was the previous DJ? Who is the
Mm-hmm.
DJ after me?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the closer? So on and so forth. Because I want that's the only thing I can do besides saying on stream or on the title
Mm-hmm.
to be able to help with visibility for fellow DJs or friends or whatnot. That's the only thing I can do. I
Mm-hmm.
can't sway you over as an individual to say you have to do this. No, that's never been me. That's never been.
well,
Also,
and
sorry.
well,
What?
it can go both. It can go both ways. If the
Mm-hmm.
venue's large enough, it can bring a lot of sudden attention to a smaller DJ.
Mhm.
But in
Mm-hmm.
both cases, it depends on the culture around either the venue or the DJ that you have coming in.
Mhm.
Because in both cases, you have a current audience, right? With a
Mm-hmm.
venue, you have their regular crowd, right? With a
Mm-hmm.
DJ, you have their regular viewership. And if you're either bringing a new DJ into a venue, or if you are bringing a large DJ into a smaller club, you know, again, I've seen it with large DJs and their viewership just kind of evaporating the moment that the DJ goes away.
Yeah.
But I've also I've experienced it going and playing at a larger venue. There was like 75 people in the club, and the moment that I got rated into, my viewership dropped to 30.
Wow.
Compared to the DJ before me.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So like it can go both ways, and it
Mhm.
depends a lot on the culture and the vibe of where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to put into to calculate the equation of the scene itself. The overall
Mm-hmm.
scene
Yeah,
itself works off of so many different things. It's like it's very hard
there's
to
so,
navigate. It's
Yeah.
very
there's so
hard to
many
navigate.
levers and knobs. It's crazy.
It's like us trying to push buttons and spin things and line up things. It's like us DJing, just making sure it sounds good enough. That's essentially what it is. Like the scene. That's how the scene works. It ebbs and flows. It relies off of what's going on in game, what's going on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
certain personalities, certain people involved. There's so many inner workings in the venue scene. It literally is its own world from our world. It literally is
Yeah.
created
Mm-hmm.
it by itself. It works off its own time.
Mm-hmm.
It has its own way of flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As I said,
And
what we say is just our experiences and what our opinions
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I think an important distinction to make is like in real life, if you have a DJ lineup and you put a new DJ in the middle of that lineup, they're going to get attention because
are.
everyone's come to the show. They're in the middle of the lineup. It's not like they're gonna. Okay, you might get people leaving if they're bad enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so much easier to opt out, so to speak.
Mhm.
if your song doesn't, if whatever song you have playing the moment that someone reads in doesn't match the vibe that the viewers want, they can easily just pop out, or they can find another DJ to view. And that's also kind of the beauty of the venue scene, is that it's so easy to engage with, but because it's easy to engage with, it's also easy to pull back.
Also, quick thank you to I for the follow. Thank you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day, great night, morning, wherever you are. My name is Zaria. Welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning into Zaria's Cafe Corner. You guys talked about, IRL also. The holidays are a busy time of the year. So it's like, between life and IRL. And I know for JVZ, you've told me that this is around busy time for you, IRL. How do you, like, some venues also book in advance as well? How do you guys balance between bookings and life, and say something comes up randomly and you're like, oh my god, like this event popped up, like family gathering versus like a booking? How do you guys balance all this stuff?
Well, at least for me, it's always IRL first. Granted, there's also a balance to be struck. So like IRL comes first, but say I'm gonna be traveling over Christmas. Yeah, Google Calendar comes in.
Google Calendar.
Google Calendar and ChronicleBot. Yep.
Oh my god.
Say I'm gonna be traveling for Christmas, and we're gonna spend a few days up visiting family, and I have something the night of us coming back. I will admit, I have talked to my mom to be like, hey, can we leave an hour before we were planning to leave, just so I can make this DJ set? Or just letting her know that like I have a thing that I want to do, right? I don't phrase it as like we need to leave so I can do this. It's I want to do this. Can we do this? So it's something that my family understands that I enjoy doing. So like there's some leeway there. My mom enjoys singing barbershop, so none of us bother her when she wants to go when practice goes long, or she has a random practice on Tuesdays instead of Thursdays. Like
you let her do her thing.
Like,
yeah.
You don't say no, mom.
Right. And I've been lucky enough to have a lot of that similar energy back. But it's always an IRL first. But it's nice to be able to fit in other stuff around it. And if leaving an hour early here, or and it's a conversation that you have with those people IRL.
Like I'm on the same basis of that. Like always handle your IRL stuff over anything else. Of course, there is some leeway depending on how you take your bookings or how you go about your scheduling. Hi, Sunny. Shout out to Sunspot.
Hi, Sunny.
How you take your bookings and whatnot, and how you handle IRL. So with the way my schedule works, like I look at my work schedule, I'm like, okay, well, I can't DJ from this time to this time, and I've equated over to ESTS time. Time zones are a bitch, by the way. Time zones suck. So like I have to go. I'm based on the West Coast, so like when someone posts something, I always have to put both times. I had to put both times on there. I'm like, okay, cool. So you're looking at this EST, so that's this time. I have to look at it. Like, does it fall within my times that I'm available? I'm able to do it. Cool, I can do it. And then also on top of that, it's like sometimes my work schedule, I'm off, like today. Like if I can plan something and then like, here's my work schedule, what it looks like. Does it work for you guys? I will always try to flex as well as I can, but not interrupt my daily routine of making sure I have a roof over my head, making sure my cats are fed, making sure I'm taking care of the wife. But like those are still always my main priorities over my DJing. Like as I said, if things are going wrong IRL and it needs to be handled, I'll shut down the whole entire thing. I'll cancel everything. I've done it, and I rather make sure I'm good IRL than my visibility than me being a public person on Twitch, on Instagram, on YouTube. That all comes like not even second. It comes like fourth. Step on the wife. The wife is still at work. The wife is still
we
at
don't
work.
step on the wife. We don't step on the wife around here.
Well, unless she likes it, but
oh, that's a conversation for another time.
We'll leave that for another episode.
That's more like an after dark kind of episode.
Oh my god!
it's already dark out here, but
whatever you define.
I don't know what you're talking about. I still see the sun. Oh yeah, I'm on the West Coast. Sorry. There's still sun out here over here.
Actually, whenever I book JVZ, I always have to make sure I put both time zones just to make sure that we're flexible in that sense too. I
have also fucked up bad on not doing time zones right. And
so that's why I do hammer time. Just
explain this hammer time.
Hammer time. So okay,
why
there's a
explain
website.
Real quick.
Yeah, so Hammer Time is a website. You go there, you put in the time of the thing that you want, and then it spits out a code that you copy and you put it in Discord, and it displays whatever that time is in whoever's viewing its local time.
I was wondering how you did that earlier when you were posting about today's podcast. I was like, how do you do that?
It's super convenient.
Stepped on me. This guy was dancing on me. Broken, gone. I think Eisen's broken.
I'll drop you a link in our chat to it.
Okay, we'll definitely look out for that.
Cool tool.
Well, I think it's like you guys seem to have a lot already, like how you plan everything and really just you know where you're drawing your hard lines and making sure there's always room for compromise. And I actually was looking at both of your Discords for the past few days, just kind of like sneaking in a little bit out because I noticed you guys have like events calendars. So I never knew that was a thing before I started joining like DJ servers. But you guys posting your sets and whatnot. And I actually noticed that you have some demos. I noticed you have something coming up in a few weeks with akin to the holidays. You want to talk about that little have you I noticed it's the Starlight Festival. Have you guys done this before? Is this your first time doing this, or have you done it before?
So I believe the Starlight Festival is gonna be with so it's an old friend of mine, Kazuto Riversong. So he owns a club. They've kind of retired, but they still do events called Ley Lines. And him and I still keep in touch, and he invites me to play at his events, and I go and try and support in any way I can. He's been very kind. Yeah, Ley Lines, yeah.
Sorry about the ads, guys. I forgot to mention.
So
not the ads.
I think I got to play last year. Pretty sure. And then I also helped out in a couple of the stalls. It's one of the, so it's not an entire board, but it's like a good 8 or 9 houses in a ward on Dynamis that they use.
I think I remember that festival from last year.
Was that the one? Was that the one that was? There was a few Christmas markets I remember last year. Unfortunately, I won't be able to have the experience of enjoying them this year. But have you guys participated in other community festivals? Just not only just for the one that's coming up, but even for other festivals, even for the holidays. And
Well, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
There was a couple Halloween ones. There's another one that I'm helping out with. I believe it's Snow Bomb Festival.
Mhm.
Is I believe next week with Club Blink. Oh,
Oh,
Sunspot has a question.
Sunny
Similar DJ.
says, I apologize if this has already been asked or answered. On the standpoint of DJing, we get faced with a lot of political dynamics, along with the need to be able to showcase ourselves or spaces to allow growth. How do you balance morality to business or begin navigating those types of waters? Those are the hard questions here.
That's a hard question.
That's
That's a
that's
hard
a
question.
very loaded.
That's a good question
But
too.
I'll let you guys answer that.
Uh,
Mm,
so I have a very opinionated answer to this. Um, so uh, it's not a business to me. DJing isn't. Um, Nor is running Glow. It's just a thing where I hang out with my friends and other DJs that I feel like I can relate with in terms of like appreciating music. And I make sure to compensate uh my friends who help out for their time. Just like you would pay your friends to help you move. They're
mhm.
helping me do something. Um,
Some food, and some beers. There you go. Your compensation
right.
for time.
Food and
Yeah.
beer. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
food and
But
beer.
it's some Gil. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, I mean, so maybe I'm misinterpreting the question, but when you mention business, I imagine you're kind of talking money. If you're trying to DJ in the Final Fantasy 14 scene with the goal of making money, that's a utter mistake.
Yep.
And you should stop.
Mhm.
Uh,
That's 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll try to
100%.
rephrase. Okay.
yeah, sorry. Uh, I've run into DJs that seem very concerned about how much money they make,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
um, I just don't think. Yes. Oh yeah, shot running is much easier to make Gil on. Yep.
Yep. I've
Uh,
seen the
well,
seen the posts though and all the ads for it.
yeah. Granted, I think, or granted, I think I've misinterpreted Sunspot's question.
I think you're technically on par with it, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to I'm trying to get a better understanding.
Let me see if I can try to under. I think we get faced with a lot of political dynamics along with like the politics of the venue scene. Is that what you mean?
Politics behind
Yeah. Well,
the DJs in general. DJs get placed in
In
spaces of
a lot of DJs get placed in spaces of a lot of politics, as in there are
mm,
many faces to work with, good, bad, reputable, not so. On a moralistic
oh,
standpoint, how do you balance the
wow.
ability to find spaces to play versus the morality of the people you play with?
Oh, okay. I'll actually take that one. So I think that's more of like what who's involved there on a one-on-one, whether the reputation between who's the owner, who works there, who's played there, DJ, so on and so forth. So for me, as I look at it like this, I'm still a professional. You still have to be fucking professional, despite the way I may talk. But here's the thing: in the real world, like in a real aspect, you're gonna have to learn how to bite the bullet sometimes. Do it and then leave it. Like being that reputation of another person or another venue. So I look at it like this: you are your own person. You are a DJ. You're not their DJ. You're not everyone's DJ. You are yourself. You put yourself on a stage like that, and you have to carry yourself and what you want to put forth, not what anyone else has put in front of you, not anything that has happened in the past. I've had to learn how to bite the bullet with certain people that I don't like, or certain places that I don't want to ever go back to, so on and so forth. Like I've had if it's someone asks me to DJ and I'm feeling that I want to DJ, I have to remember what I do this for. I do
Yeah.
this because I enjoy it. You have to learn how to bite the bullet sometimes, and that's like real life. Like when shit looks so bad, but you want to do what you want to do, it's your energy that you put forth that everyone sees, not what is
Yeah.
around them. It should be you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like it comes down, so I think I touched on this earlier, but like, if there's a venue hosting 20 party finders, it's not like I can stop them from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a DJ who performs in a certain way or has a certain style or like does things in a certain way that I don't like, it's not like I can stop them, right?
Right.
And it's not like I can change, so whatever venue booked me and the other DJ, it's not like I can change their mind about wanting the other DJ to play at their venue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just what, this has been set up in this way, I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know if it really bothers me, maybe I can let the venue owner know, hey, next time I'd rather not be paired like back to back with this person. And that depends on like the relationship that you have with the venue owner. If it's just
Right.
a one-off where you're coming in for like your first time,
Like,
that's
just-
probably not a successful path to go down.
Right.
And it's also just
Mm-hmm.
what, this is, if I get booked back here, then I'll deal with this. There's been a good few venues that I've been booked at that I'm like, oh, well, I'm not necessarily a fan of XYZ. And I didn't know that going into it because I wasn't in the Discord, or, I wasn't familiar with the venue, so I don't know what DJs they normally book. So
I don't talk about
it's just
laundry.
The dirty laundry that's actually here.
Like
Yeah.
legit, like there's bags. I'm staring at them.
So it's a matter. Yeah, you carry the energy you harbor to your sets.
Your sets.
So if you feel, if you're feeling nasty, people are gonna feel that too.
100%.
Um,
Yes, I is alive.
I is alive.
I is alive. Yes, he still exists. He of course comes in with the wisest words that you can give from any of us. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
like
you care for.
worry about what you can control, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and what you can control is how you go into that situation.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I'll just read quickly, just in case there's people who are watching this back on YouTube, or even watching back the VOD, just to let them know what the chat has been saying, in case it's a little hard to read. But the regular boy says, do what you can with what you have where you are. And that has been like, that's the words that you guys have been really hammering this whole entire time. And it's really speaks volumes about how much you love your art, your craft. Epi says, just politely decline if you feel uncomfortable around the venue or DJs that are trying to book you. So like Damos, you were saying, to make sure that you communicate that and say like, you don't feel comfortable with that. And also yes.
And again, like, that's only you if it's going to become like a regular thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's going to be like unless like something happened, right,
Mm-hmm.
between you and the other DJ, like, like there's an active situation, it can be polite to let the venue owner to be like, yeah, but we don't need to get into that.
Yeah, in other words, depending on what the situation may be, you can make the choice of just taking care of it,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's something that you are really truly uncomfortable with, speak up. Speak up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be afraid to speak up, because that's the one thing that everyone is afraid to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is to professionally speak up when they don't feel comfortable or they don't feel right. When I went through my hiatus of like I couldn't stream period for a month, I apologized and then I was straightforward with people. that like I want to spin for you guys, but I'm sorry I can't. Like if everything is situational, and
Mm-hmm.
depending on how certain situations are with different individuals, you will have to handle it
Mm-hmm.
in the best way that you can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but case in point, that's just like how I said. Speaking of one of the biggest problems playing art iteratively. Yeah, well, see, that's the one thing is that sometimes when people speak up, we get silenced,
Mm-hmm.
and that's another thing that even as myself speaking up, I'm not that big of a person, but I have a lot to say, whether you want to listen to it or not, or
Mm-hmm.
whether you agree with me or not. I'm gonna speak my part,
Mm-hmm.
like it's gonna get heard one way or
Mm-hmm.
another. Like me, hate me, that's for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to have the best time with those that want to enjoy the time while they listen, watch, or hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still the same person behind the screen as you see me on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't change. So
Yeah,
that's
Eh.
just me.
and yeah, it kind of wraps into what I said. Something I said earlier is kind of like the leading by example. I have a space, and I'm going to run it the way I would like to see other places do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lead by
Uh,
example. Lead by demonstration. Lead by your voice that you want to put forward. You want to put forth positivity in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Do that consistently, over and over and over again. Don't let anything else weigh you down. Don't let the little thing that bugged you about 2 seconds ago spill over into your attitude. And like
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hypocrite for that. I'll 100% say that. Where I've had my a bad day, you guys can hear it in my music. You can see it in how I spin. You can see how
Mm-hmm.
aggressive I am.
Mm-hmm.
It shows. Like and sometimes that's off-putting for some people,
Mm-hmm.
because it reflects. Do you ever get
Do you ever get
onto
pulled into
the
venue drama
all the time? Yeah,
unwillingly?
yeah, yes, yes. That's no matter what you're gonna it's just gonna get somehow fall in your lap. Yeah,
well, yeah, I have. It's been a while. You know, no one talks to me, so I don't get pulled into any drama. So
I'll say I don't get pulled into drama.
Oh, the amount of
But
people that are just resounding to that one question right there, saying all
yeah,
the time
see,
and every day. Every day,
well,
I'm concerned. I'm frankly concerned.
I can have conversations with each and every one of them later if they want.
This is before I read into what Sunny said, I just want to make sure that this what I had said earlier really gets mentioned because it really speaks volumes about the energy. You carry the so I said you carry the energy you harbor to your sets. People can feel you are comfortable if you are uncomfortable. You talk less, you make more mistakes, you perform differently, protect your morality so that you are most importantly having a good time. And then now we go back a little, sorry, a little sidebar there. But then to Sunny saying, this is sort of what I was trying to get at, navigating those waters and being the picky slash choosy with who you wish to work with. So I think that's what the whole political drama thing that we were talking about earlier with the question was how, what Sunny was referring to, like how do you handle the political drama to make sure that you don't get dragged with it and you coordinate, I guess, who you work with. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
Sunny.
I think that's about right. Just trying to see. Okay, so as being public figures and in the field that we're in, we are networking with a lot of different people, especially in the DJ scene and trying to coordinate that stuff. And I'm gonna admit it. Yes, I'm very choosy on who I want to have spin, who I want to spin with, because the energy has to match what I've been putting forth since I've started. The vibes have to be right. Like I'm not gonna look at a DJ brand new and they don't have their vibe set yet. I'm not gonna look at you. I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you, see if there's any growth. What I like seeing is what I've learned as being a personal DJ, starting off as a iTunes playlister,
Mm-hmm.
playing playing front to back, So when we Epi, get your ass down here, and then we can spin together, like back to back. Like honestly, I invite people, if you are in California and you want to bring your setup or something, like, or you want to try using mine, and you want to spin back to back, like actually back to back, like here, and you're in town, we can plan it 100%. Like I'm not against that. I want to meet my friends. Like I know it's not cheap.
It's not
I
cheap.
know it's not cheap, but I want to meet my people that I've been friends with 3, 4, 5 years counting. Like
Mhm.
fuck, like
Mhm.
realistically, like we all interact. Like, yo, come hang. You in Cali, come hang. You near LA, come hang. Like, I'll try to make time for you, even if it's for like an hour. I'd love to meet everyone that is like nearby, or if I'm able to travel, I'd love to meet you guys.
So 3 hour layover, basically, when you have a 3 hour layover.
Yeah. Well,
Dragons. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Demos.
yeah. Well, so I was kind of reading what Sunspot was talking
Yeah.
about. So people can probably tell you I have a large capacity for bullshit. um, but at a certain point, it's like it takes a lot to get me pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
But once I'm pissed, like it's over. We're done. It's not happening anymore. A lot of what I ask myself is like, to what end?
Mm-hmm.
Like it is to what end is calling out this one other person? Like, and I was talking about earlier, like, if I get paired at a random venue with a DJ that I'm like pretty meh about,
Mm-hmm.
what good does does going to the venue owner to say, hey, I'd rather not spin with this other person actually get me, right?
Yeah.
It's just at that point it's just stirring the pot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now if it's something that you're actually like legitimately very uncomfortable with, then by all means. But and unfortunately, like there's also really really large large DJs that you may not want to share the same space with.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it's been proven time and time again, trying to call out a large DJ just doesn't really work.
Mm-hmm.
um you can see it on Twitter, right?
I avoid that thing like the fucking plague.
I don't remember the last time I
Yeah.
used Twitter.
I don't really use it either. I just
Yeah, just do what makes
it's
sense.
the saying, right? Oh yeah, the bull, the bill.
No, you were trying to avoid that. You were trying to avoid that for the whole entire time, and then Epi's like, "Oh, look, there's a billboard."
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
guess in this case, it's more of a difference of like, do you prioritize your love for music over drama with that person at that point?
Oh yeah.
I think that's one that's what. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's kind of like what I'm getting at with what Damos was saying was like, what extent do you let it get to you? Is it a matter of doing what you love or letting that person affect why you love doing what you're doing?
Yeah, and and there's like things that you can do, like to do it with grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're granted, I'm proposing this a lot from a matter of you entering into a space that someone that you may have an issue with is already in. Like there, I mentioned it earlier, oh, I will deal with this if I get booked back, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a very good chance that you may just not get booked back again, and it's not probably not anything on the other venue.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's so many DJs out there, and there's a lot of people trying to get in and mixing around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Say there's a DJ that maybe is coming into a space that you tend to frequent.
Mm-hmm.
It does get a little bit more complicated there. You can but like feel out the situation. Is the venue owner interested in having them back? And maybe that's a conversation. It becomes a little bit different of a little bit different of a conversation if it's your space, right? You can talk to the venue owner. You have a rapport with them, and you can make an understanding that, hey, I may not necessarily be comfortable with this person, or I have certain concerns about XYZ, right? Trying to force something to happen rather than just kind of laying the groundwork, and so that you can easily disengage. So if you're trying to force someone out, that's a escalation of the problem. Whereas finding ways to disengage from the person is a way to de-escalate the situation. And I personally would prefer de-escalation, because I feel like that it helps not perpetuate the issues, or intensify them. You have a right to choose who you want to be around.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're okay with just being in the same room as them, then just be in the same room and just let them be. You don't need to talk with them. You don't need to go in their chat. You don't need to stay after your set and be in their chat. But you can still be professional and be like, hey, go check them out. Show them some love, raid out, and then you're done. And
Just go about your business. Like,
yeah,
just like you don't need to, like, as I said, if you have underlying issues with someone else, like there's no point in you just to throw them under the bus live or anything like that, or in a Discord or anything like that, anywhere. Like, if you haven't, I'll say my one pet peeve is like when there's too much talk when you haven't talked with the person directly to figure out what the issue is.
Do the Southern thing, kill them with kindness.
Yeah. We don't need a we don't need to write any Google Docs here. Okay?
No, we don't need any of that. I'm like, if you have an issue with me and it's like that, I'm like, my DMs are open, guys. If something is wrong and you have an issue, whether it's with me or something like that has to do with the honestly, this is going for anyone that's even listening to this right now. Like, if you've met me, if you've spun with me, if you've done this, if you feel like I've wronged you, I'm not gonna know this until I hear you out. I don't know shit.
Epi, Epi's gonna DM you.
Oh my! Damn it, Epi! Is it my Labubu problem? Is it my Labubu problem?
Am I not allowed to have Labubus? Do we need to talk about your Labubu in a separate episode?
No. Oh, god damn it!
I'm gonna DM JVZ some glitter.
No.
Your damn Teletubby gremlins, whatever.
Then why the heck haven't you played Sons of the Forest with me yet?
I was giving you time with your hubby. We'll talk about this. Oh, that's it. I put myself on blast. I asked for it. I fucking asked for it. I'm waiting for I to like DM me. I'm like, you're not doing what I'm teaching you. That's what I'm waiting for from I in this next DM. I'm waiting for this to go off right now from all of you guys. All of you. I'm waiting.
You did ask for it.
I did ask for it. I'm not a punk. I'll deal with it.
Well, considering that you do have a bit of a lineup going on here, we're gonna kind of like close up a little bit here, but also at the same time close off the year a little bit more. As I mentioned to a lot of chat, this is actually my last stream of the year, but also I don't think it will be their last appearance on Twitch. So you guys will have the option to see them performing their sets wherever they get booked. But I know we touched a little bit about this past year, especially for you, JVZ, with the different things that happened this year. But I kind of want to ask here, looking back at this past year, how do you think you've developed or grown personally?
as for my own personal development overall, just with personal stuff going on with the scene, is like just as overall as a whole is what you're asking.
Personal overall, what even just as a DJ, how do you think you've really developed? Whichever
Well,
way you think.
there's a lot of things that have to go along with that. I want to say, staying on the topic of the music realm, I think. Shut up!
Happy.
Fuck! Seriously, I asked for it. I fucking asked for it. I can't be mad. I can't be mad. But I want to just say, like, as a DJ in the musical aspect, is being able to actually grow and learn different genres. It has been a big player of how my sets are made and seeing that like there's more than just one type of music that's out there. You have to give music is not one thing. Music is everything. That's how I look at it. I can definitely say that my music growth in listening to different vibes and adjusting to it, my growth of that has been at least to me astronomical. Just because sticking in one EDM like range, being it house or something like that, and just sticking to a genre lock, essentially what I'm saying, or even just hip hop in general, R&B. But yes, music is everything. Music makes all the world go round. Whether it be a couple beats on a table, whether you beatboxing, whether it's the rhythm of someone's vocals on R&B. Like music makes the world go round. If you don't like music, I'm going to avoid you because you're scary and you might be a sociopath.
Oh no.
Because if you don't like music, there's something wrong with you. I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. but then more on a personal note. Um, for me personally, um, it just getting older sucks, guys. Not to get really real
Oh
with you
no.
guys, but getting older sucks. Um, more in the terms of being responsible and learning to take care of your priorities. And as I said, the priority is IRL, but also the main priority is yourself. Um, as I've gotten older, it's been really, really a struggle to be able to take care of myself because of everything else that weighs heavy on me, especially this year. Some may know. Uh, it weighs very, very heavy. And the wife is free.
Freedom.
As I bring the chat to a different, more real aspect of what goes on behind the screens. But that's the one thing that I just have to put forth is just make sure you guys take care of yourself, but also don't be afraid to reach out when it's necessary.
Welcome to outside the cage.
Welcome the wife to the outside world. Now, welcome to the cage called traffic. But no, that's my one thing is don't be afraid to reach out when you're struggling. A lot of us struggle. A lot of us struggle. I've reached out to certain individuals and so forth. Just when you need the help, like ask for help or try something that's going to help you. Don't sit stagnant. Don't wallow in your depression. Despite that's very hard to do. I know. I've been there.
Well, I've been there too.
We've all been there where we're just like you're lost and you don't know what to do. But don't forget the ones that care the most about you. That's whether you're in the chat here, whether you're in the voice call, whether you're in any of our discords. That we are still humans behind this screen. It took me 25 years. I learned to ask for help. I'm gonna drag you by the ear, Abby.
Abby, we need to sit down and talk. Abby, we need to sit down and talk. And also, Gally says, when I don't have the words for something, I can usually find a song that conveys what I want to say. Well, Abby, we need to take a look at your playlist right now. Actually, after the stream.
I mean, whatever you have, you're gonna spin up in the next week or so because I know you're probably gonna spin this week. But anyway,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Demos. You have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, the asking for help thing is definitely something that I still get yelled at by Gally for not doing.
Oh,
Um, I'm getting better about better about it. Um, I've had to do a lot of growing up here. Um, we had a loss in the family, and I've had a sudden spike in responsibility related to it. Um, so between managing that loss and then taking over a company and trying to do DJing and book for my venue and trying to spend more time with family and trying to work out and eat better, and then also still trying to have time for myself to like lay back and relax while also trying to do Final Fantasy content and then also play other games. It
It's a lot,
um
brother. It's a lot.
it's
It's a lot.
definitely a
little
lot
bit.
on your plate right there.
Yeah. Uh so yeah, this year's been shit.
Yeah, I think we
um
can all agree with that.
I think
But-
definitely, yeah.
yeah,
Across the board,
but I
it's
think,
all the.
yeah, but I think I've certainly grown a lot this year as a result of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite as focused on DJing as I had been.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more just kind of interested to just again just falling back on doing it because I find it fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I it's a it it shouldn't be, or I don't want it to be my job.
Yeah.
If you want it to be your job, go for it. But it's just a chance for me play some really cool fun music and sit back with friends, enjoy our time together.
What did you
You want to hear me beatbox? I'll set up a redeem on my stream so we can
We got it, guys. We got it. We're getting the redeem.
Sweet. Make sure you put it on. Put a cooldown on that bitch.
So yeah, I think I've kind of lost exactly where I was going with that. I was just kind of like meandering.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I think we're at the wind down period of everything. I'm not sure if there's anything else that wants. I think we're pretty much at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's completely understand. Like, you guys have really just really exemplified,
Well-
well, like, to me, in my opinion, I think, is that you guys are completely aware of, why you do and what you do. And even just making sure that we're human. I love hearing like the VC sometimes where you guys just really have these conversations about, it's very like sometimes it gets philosophical in the VC sometimes, and chat doesn't. Unfortunately, chat doesn't hear some of the VCs that go on, but it really is. It really like to. It's like one thing I love about this community is really about like really boosting up and making sure that we're all heard somehow, and working on our mental health. Shout out to Gally, as much as Demos was like, oh, like Gally yells at me for it, but to be able to make you aware that it's okay to say that you need help is really, really amazing. Because like over the past few years, or even more than that, mental health has slowly made its way into media, and to everyone who supports their DJs, to everyone who supports one another, even going through a rough time, shout out to you. That was actually one of my next questions, my last question, because unfortunately we did go over time, but we're gonna round off here a little bit, and yes, taxes suck.
Ew.
I really don't want to deal with taxes, but I'm Canadian. I'm not sure how
That's
this is gonna
even
work.
worse.
I'm not sure how this is
That's
gonna
even
hurt.
worse.
I'm not sure how this is gonna hurt me, but we'll see. We'll talk about that another time. But so I said going to next year, what is going to be your primary goal as a DJ? My question is, we're a month away from ringing in the new year. Like literally 2025. Like it's gonna be 2026, guys.
My bad.
2026.
Ow.
What are your goals or aspirations that you want to work towards in the community? So I'm gonna give you guys the chance to run through either question. And by the way, Gally says that goes for any degenerates. My DMs are always open. If you need help, we are all in this together.
Oh
And
my
also
God.
says ill text. We're all in it. I'm not just gonna sing it on stream right now. But yeah, your goals and aspirations for the year or for next year.
I don't fucking know.
Great answer. All right, guys. Have a good night.
That's an amazing answer. No, you're valid for that.
More glitter?
More glitter.
Yeah, I truthfully haven't put a whole lot of thought to it. I know I want to shift things around a little bit with Glow. We're already making a couple of changes where like we're closing a little bit earlier, so that I can get to sleep earlier.
As you should. As you should.
As I should. I don't know. It's I know there's probably some things I should change or at least think about, but I haven't really quite gotten there yet. And but other than that, it's just I mean, I'm gonna be switching up how I get my songs. I'm kind of giving up on at least amassing MP3s. I'm gonna be a bit more selective about like what songs I specifically buy, and I'm gonna be leaning a bit more on streaming to try and save money. Because I was paying $300 a year for my
Holy
record pool.
For your polls.
$300.
And that's why I'm like, if I can find CDs, they are a lifesaver. Like, especially right now. If I can find CDs, I'm ripping CDs. That's what literally about.
Yeah, I talked a little
70%.
bit to a couple people about how much I was spending on music, and
That's a
it's
lot.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude.
I guess if anything, it kind of amounts to trying to find a way to make or help DJing fit into my life a little bit more. Instead of having my life and then having my venue life, how do I kind of seamlessly make it so that they just kind of exist, instead of strictly separating them. And if that comes with playing some IRL sets, I won't complain.
I'm down for it, dude.
So let
Am
me
I
know.
flying to you or are you flying to me?
All right, should we get a poster going at this point? Set it up for next year.
Oh my god. We need a venue. We need a place. Wait, how does work?
There's three venues. There's yours. There's Damo's. There's mine. Like you have options here, and you have anyone who in chat who has a venue here.
Mine exists. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'll get to that later on an off stream. Going with I's question first. Goal as a DJ. This 2026 as it comes up is that I want to be able to dive a little bit more into. Shut up, Epi. I want to dive into more IRL. I have an outlet for that. For those that don't know, I work with another IRL DJ, Jess James. I am part of the Sound of the Playground events that go on in Los Angeles. We're currently on a break right now. There have been a few shows that have come up. I was part of the very first one. I have helped as staff on the second one, a couple collaborations with a beach party over at Huntington Beach over here in the Orange County. But that's my next goal is to try to get into more IRL stuff. That's my main goal. Um, it's it's there, Epi. If you like, as I said, like who else has done it? Um, Shout out to Time Signature. Time Signature did the second side of the playground. He came out, so super cool guy, super chill. Yeah, I live in the products.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, but yeah, that I think as a DJ, that's my personal thing. Just try to do some more IRL stuff, try to get more involved, network a little bit more with Just James and some other DJs. We probably collaborate with another DJ friend of ours, Malo. Malo is around the area. I have connections with him if I ever wanted to. That's one of the things I want to do as a DJ. Um, Overall, goal wise, I think to start answering your question, Zaria, is
Mhm.
besides that, um, try this, and we're gonna backpedal all the way back to what Davo said: consistency. So,
Mhm.
consistency for me is more of being able to record sets, um, like I was starting to do on YouTube. I may need to change up some things on how I record those sets. Just because realistically, besides if you're listening to the videos that I've recorded, they're strictly it feels like a playlist that's been in there that I just have to mix it, but you're not actually seeing me. So I may change that format a little bit into 2026, have a little bit of easier consistency of what I can do. I was doing week to week, but currently where I sit at, I personally cannot do a recording week to week due to work schedule and other constraints for myself. So it's just probably just work on consistency for 2026. That's pretty much what
Okay. Well, you guys, like, honestly, I hope that you guys really get those goals. Not in a like, oh, you kind of thing, but like,
I do. You.
I, honestly, just I like as I said earlier, I hadn't had a chance to work with Demos, which I hope we will have that opportunity when you are available. But I have seen JVZ also really grown in this past year, and you guys really, really like. Even if I haven't worked with Demos, I'm like inspired. I'm inspired by the way you guys love your craft and like even all the information that you guys literally have dived into both ends of DJing. As a new venue owner, I wouldn't have known any of this stuff. I wouldn't have like I understand the concept of the fact that it's you are still human at the end of the day. But why people do the things that they do, I did not understand, and this is really mind-boggling, but also mind like eye-opening for me. And also for those who came into chat and really just provided their insight in how the venue scene has been for them and changed, and really like no one really wants to talk about the bad stuff of the venue scene. It's more like whispers if ever I hear about them. So this is really like a really inspirational but also informative session, and I really want to thank you guys so much for also being here and for being able to stay on this podcast. Unfortunately, we were supposed to do it on a few days ago, but you were still willing to also reschedule, and I apologize.
No, so
But thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. If you're in the scene long enough, the bad stuff will find you. Hopefully
always
not this
does.
time,
it always does.
because the good will outweighs the bad. I
Correct.
hope not. I hope not. But now that you guys have really like brought out this information, it really is like, it's kind of like airing the dirty laundry in a way, but at the same time, people know it's dirty, but no one wants to say anything about it. Like, when you have
Right.
that one spot and you're like, you missed a spot, but no one wants to say
It's like
it.
it's like that. This is fine. The whole building's on fire.
Oh,
Too much. Too much. Too harsh.
no. I think I'm just trying to make sure that the building's on fire. Ooh, we're okay. We're okay. This is
Well-
fine. This is fine.
I think of it like this. It's the house is on fire,
Mm-hmm.
but you're more than capable of keeping your section of the house from burning down,
Mm.
right?
Okay. Okay.
You know,
Okay. Okay.
so like, there is some control that you have to like, you can control the space directly around you
Yeah.
to, or if you can go out and start attacking the fire and then everything burns down.
Mm-hmm.
But I like fire. Sorry.
It's okay. No.
We need to talk
like-
to Nico.
Yeah. So I've dealt with the bad. Amos
Knows about it. I
so,
prefer to focus on the good and the people in my circle. No more bad stuff is allowed.
Yeah. Like if you surround yourself with good people, that. So you can choose who you want to engage with. Granted, some people, if you like actively go out telling people, oh, I don't engage with that person,
Mm-hmm.
then they might stir trouble. But you don't need to like go out and declare,
Yeah.
that you aren't working with someone. You can just, it's just a matter of your actions, right?
Sometimes the best action is no reaction. / retaliation.
Or even just not even like
Acknowledging it?
wait, no, sorry. Someone said in chat and I totally forgot who said it, but someone said the Southern way would just kill him with kindness. I think it was Yali.
That was Gallic.
Honestly, I did not think that was.
You would.
I did not realize
Yeah.
that was a Southern thing. I've made that my mantra because I've dealt with so many people who were like, kind of like the people you don't want to work with. But true, I feel like it's definitely valid in every. I don't know. I'm wild. I don't believe in generational cycles.
Sunny is a wild child.
Sonny, do we need to sit down and talk? Just smile and wave. Smile and wave. Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah,
Smile and wave.
Smile and wave.
Smile
Smile and
and
wave.
Tuck
let
your
them
head
dig
slowly.
their hole, right? Smile and wave. Let them dig their hole, and you just sit back and enjoy enjoy what you have.
So can I retire?
Um,
I'm digging my retirement hole now.
I'm not a good person to ask for any opinion on these things. Oh, jeez.
Oh my god,
Look.
Sunny.
JVZ, I told you, JVZ. If you retire, I'm also retiring.
I mean, I
Oh.
hear that from a lot of people.
That's
but also
a wave.
That's a wave. I'm not done yet.
There's gonna be a wave here flowing. Next thing we know.
We have this whole chain of mutually insured destruction.
Yeah, so like if I leave, then Demos leaves. With other that, there's other DJs that I know would be like, oh well, he's gone, then I'm gone. God damn it, Effie! Next time, if I see you, I'm gonna give you a labubu, and you're gonna take it and like it.
I will bite all of you. Callie said.
Yeah, sure. These are our friends. They're our fellow DJs. These are the ones that we like to joke around with. So it's fine. It's fine.
See, if everyone leaves, I throw that middle finger to the air and do my own thing. I mean, you should do that regardless of whether they leave or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and the main point of this, do you guys, do you. We don't control anything that you do. We can give you our opinions. We can give you our advice. It is up to you to decide what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've been this way since day one with anyone that's been in my community. Whether you're a DJ, whether you're a venue owner, whether you're a friend, whether you're someone that I met through Final Fantasy, I will not sway your opinion. Epi, cállate. You're being a brat.
Oh no! I need someone to tell me what to do all the time.
Epi wants a labubu and a paddle. That's
Oh
what
dear.
Epi wants. Yeah.
Epi wants a little boo boo.
Okay, anyway, now I'm derailing. I'm gonna shut up now.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, the paddle would give them a boo boo. So
oh,
Oh my god. Most typical Davis. I mean,
well,
is it a good boo boo or a bad boo boo?
we're all friends. Even more than that, we're family. Definitely.
that's for
I can
Epi to
definitely
decide.
feel the family here.
Maybe, do you want it to hurt good or you want it to hurt bad? What do you want?
We'll save that for off stream. We'll save that for off stream.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, speaking of done, we're actually just about done basically. But thank you guys for spending time with us to be able to have this podcast and to be able to talk about DJing, you know, the behind the scenes and even the venue scene, and also your aspirations for next year. Do you have any thoughts or anything you want to say to wrap it up?
Well, thank you all for coming. Really appreciate having you guys here. Um, I know JVZ has his own schedule, but if you want to catch me, I play at my club Glow on Thursdays. We're open from 7 to 11 Eastern.
This is free promo time.
Free promo time. I have no promo. I just exist. I just push buttons. I just spin things and I make noise. All jokes aside, thanks everyone that's tuned in to listen to us talk about the good, the bad, and kind of ugly. No, not really. Well, kind of. Yes. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all the support from all the friends, all the family, um, listening to us DJ, stream, whatever we're doing. Um, like you guys make our world go round. Like without your guys' support, we wouldn't want to keep doing this. We want to continue doing this because it means so much to us that we have the support from our friends and our family members to do what we do. Big shout out to you guys.
And thank you also to chat, to everyone that's here, to be able to give that feedback as and just even support them as they were saying. Thank you, because, you know, it's one thing to be able to just talk with one another, but to see the words of the wise, shout out to I for your words of wisdom, and also for all the questions that you've really brought forward. You know, there's a lot more to learn about just from what you see, but learning from others is also a great opportunity, and to be able to learn how you can grow as well for the next year. And what did I do? You said some really amazing words. That is like, even the fact that you mentored JVZ, that is like already, I look up to these guys already, and to know that that's coming from you as well, it's even more makes more amazing.
I'm jealous that I didn't get mentored by I.
No, I think you need to have a one-on-one.
I'm hiding.
But thank you guys, and I really appreciate it. I know that we've really gone over time, but I appreciate every single bit of your time to be able to speak with me today. Unfortunately, that is the end of our episode 3, The Sound of the Party, aka the DJs, who will be the music of your party and also the life of your Discord servers if you ever hang out with them off stream. Thank you guys. I will see you guys on the flip side.
See you then.
But thank you so much for hanging out, and that is the end of our podcast for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Zaria's Cafe Corner. I hope you guys have had a great evening. Oh, let me just make sure. I'm not. But thank you so much for hanging out today.